No, I'm just gonna go like this. Yes, Kyle. I love working with you. Okay.
I'm excited about this project.
I'm excited about this project.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle from KSH Construction. We're excited to show you one of our newest projects in Poway, east of San Diego. We're working with Tammy and her crew from Black Door Designs by Tamara Coviello. Tammy, you want to tell us what we have going on here?
Sure. It's a kitchen remodel with a great room. The house was built in 1970, and a couple owners before the homeowners here owned it. So the angles in the home are very unique and love the character to it, but they were trying to chase those angles. And so we're here to dial it back and to give them a cleaner, more open space, because 1970 homes just didn't have that back then.
Angles wise, I remember on the walkthrough we had triangles of all things, which in a room with this layout, that wasn't really very conducive to what you're trying to actually have as a flowing kitchen, correct?
Exactly, yeah. It was very interesting kitchen. When the homeowners reached out to us and were explaining it, I could visualize it just because she was able to really talk about the octagon soffit. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm,
That the chandelier hung from. Never seen anything like that before, and it wasn't centered over the island, and the island was a triangle. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was. We had our work cut out for us. Yeah, but
that's one way to put it.
Yeah, but you know, really taking a look at the angles that we're going to not change, and that was the structure of the home and the floor plan, and playing off of that and just keeping it simple. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm excited about, is to see how beautiful and you can really enjoy the space and the shape, the actual shape of the kitchen.
So Tammy, design-wise, what's the goal for this project? What are we trying to do to fix a lot of those sins of the house that were going on?
Sure. Well, the clients wanted a white kitchen. The white kitchen is great and classic, but I wanted to add a little flair to it and make it their own. And so I'm really excited about, with the help of you and your cabinet maker, we created some fluted doors. And in some of the, like in the refrigerator column and the freezer column that we're doing over here, it's going to be showcased there. And then also the island is going to be, because this is a unique space and they wanted a larger island, we've taken away that triangle island, right? But we're giving them actually a round, like a radius of a round island, so that, and a bigger one. So, and then also that reeded will also pick up on the island base, but we're painting it, and we're giving a pop of blue in the, because they love blue. So pop of blue there, and then also on the hood.
I love it. I like the use that you bring in with the different materials. You get some different textures while still respecting and maintaining the space. And the hood's probably one of my favorite elements, knowing that we're gonna take that, disassemble it, have it powder coated to match the cabinets. You're keeping that theme consistent with everything, and you're not introducing raw materials or other elements that probably wouldn't really go very well with the final finishes.
Right, yeah, they wanted a clean, kind of a mid-century, but we also had to honor that this is a 1970s home. Mm-hmm. So there's just touches of the mid-century, and you'll see that with the chandelier that's going over the island, and then also like the powder coating of the hood. That's actually a hood that they were able to secure through Thermador. Mm-hmm. And so with your help, we're customizing it.
Perfect. I always do like mid-century is kind of your standard, your stamp on all your projects, yeah. But with the age of the home, you're still respecting that. You got some of the elements brought in, but it's not completely converting the space for something that wasn't age appropriate for the house.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, we want the outside to match the inside.
So from here, behind the kitchen, we have the great room. And Tammy, when we first started design work on this project, it was really just focused on the kitchen. But now we got stuff going on in different parts of the house. Do you want to kind of explain what happened with the owners?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, I think with all homeowners, they have a sore point that they want to start with, and they think that maybe they'll do things later down the road, mm-hmm. or maybe sometimes, you know, that's part of my job, is to come in and let them know, like, if you're wanting this white kitchen, this modern kitchen, then we need to change other elements in the room. And the great room would be considered something that's in the room of the kitchen. The fireplace was very outdated. It was poorly built. Even the homeowners agreed. And it was something that they thought they would do later down the road, but when we proposed it to them and you gave them your proposal, they said, let's just do it. Let's just, I mean, it's one room. The kitchen and the great room are treated as one room, so it made sense. But, and I think that's something that the homeowners find out very quickly, that, you know, you can do things in phases too. So, because we are going to continue on, probably once this is all done, doing the front of the house. Mm-hmm.
Because I know that's usually when we're working with homeowners, there's always the pain point. What's the worst spot in the house? That's the one we want to tackle, but it tends to bleed over real fast. Mm-hmm. where this is the one that we need to do now, but we want to get an overall game plan together. What are the other parts of the house? If you're going to change this part of the house, we need to respect those other elements. Is there something that needs to be done in conjunction? Is there something that needs to be done and we need to plan for in the future? And I even remember getting a phone call when the guys were out here doing demo with the jackhammer, getting all the old tile ripped up. They called and said, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this part now because we don't want to have to go through this again.
Right.
Get the paint over now, get it done with. And even for the great room, it's wide open to the kitchen. It totally makes sense. You're treating this as one large element of the house instead of just focusing on this small portion, even though that's what you were brought in for.
And I think, you can agree that sometimes doing them together, like you're saying, with your help, and I'll make the phone call to you, I'm like, is it going to save the client money if we do this together, or what's it going to cost if they do it next year? And typically, yes, it's going to save them money now.
Yeah, that's something we got to respect and take into account as well with the overall budget, the timelines, and we don't want to have to tear something out in the future that we just did just because there was that lack of communication.
At that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks again for joining us for another project intro. If you want to follow along, we'll be posting on the construction side of things on Instagram at KSH Construction.
And follow the design progress with us at Black Door by Tamara Coviello. And thank you, and see you soon. So Kyle, tell me, what was your favorite part of this project?
Sure, get up on your soapbox.
Well, don't I always?
How about Tammy's on here saying follow along, and then I come riding the scaffold across the room.